Welcome back, guys. So this is a further update on my previous video where we had a look at one of the members that reached out to me and asked for some advice with accordance to how they were doing over the months, which products to further promote and which ones to stop, and the likes as well. So this is to do with My Lead Gen Secret as a traffic source and then promoting Clickbank products. So most people are struggling with offers. Which offers should they do? How long should they mail? What should they look for? And so forth. And this is the video for you if you're struggling with that. So if you want to find out what this is about, you can go back and actually watch the video that I posted on the 22nd of March, right? And I will also put this as part of the same playlist, all right? So it will be under the same playlist. So you can go back and actually see the progression and how things panned out. So what we're going to look today is, did the member actually listen to my advice? Because the advice that I actually gave was to look at the data and what the data told us for this specific member. What is great with data is if there's a lot of data in there, it makes your decision making so much easier. But it doesn't mean that if we make a decision right now, that is the decision to stick with moving forward for a long period of time. We need to keep on looking at the data, make sure that it's still telling us the same thing, right? Because things change very quickly. We are working with people at the back end of this traffic source, right? So people interact differently over a period of time because we all are individuals. So we need to look at it and maybe say, is there fatigue on a certain offer? Is it time to change? Is it time to stick with it for another 10 days of promotions, or what should we actually do? So let's go back to the original file that we used and see what has actually happened, right? So let's click on this one. So at the point in time where this person reached out to me, they were sitting on about 38,000 clicks, right? So it is quite a lot. This member actually has 10 accounts and they weren't too happy with their results. They were sitting at about a 20% order form sale conversion, right? So for how many order forms does it take to convert into a sale? So basically they had 29 initial order form impressions, and that then translated into 8 sales with initial sales count of $139, but then a lot of upsells, right? And this is what boosts this sort of number there. Okay. So what happened was that at looking at the data, and we did this basically in accordance with what happened from the months onwards. So let's look at December, what the data told us here. So the data basically showed that they used only 2 offers. Out of these offers, it made sense to actually use social paid. In January, they did social paid, but then they also started doing write-up reviews almost at the same level. What this told us is that write-up reviews outperformed social paid. So to continue with that. This was before I intervened, and you can see they still pushed quite a bit of traffic to social paid, and then the majority of the traffic actually went to write-ups. But if they'd used only the one offer, their potential earnings could have increased, right? Because there was just 3 initial sales with 0 upsells. Here they had 8 initial sales with write-up reviews and 3 upsells, and that boosted the income. So in March, when they reached out to me, I then basically said, the data tells me that write-up reviews is the one to go. And that's why you see that they've pushed all their traffic onto one offer, right? Since the time that we did this recording, the order form impression or conversion rate was 28%. It's gone down to 26%, but their hops per order form impression has actually gone down, right? And then their hops per order has also gone down, which is great. And I'll show you a screenshot that was shared with me, and we'll have a look at that as well. Okay, so basically in total, they made 17 initial sales with a value of $283. And then 10 of the 17 initial sales actually had upsells, which is a very high rate of upsells. So this offer is currently working very well for them. But we'll have a look at the screenshots. I don't can't click through the back-end data and actually show you, which would have been great. But they made a total of 582 Rand, $27. Right, so let's quickly have a look here. Just quickly want to see monthly. Yeah, so this is where I want to be, right? So in December, they only made $31 with a loss of $268. Then in Jan, they had a growth of 381%, and that is phenomenal. Off of a small base, but still impressive, right? $150 with a loss of $149. In Feb, they nearly doubled their previous month's earnings to $285 with only $14 loss for the month, which is good. When we started intervening, what you can see here is now suddenly they've more than doubled their Feb number, and they've gone into profit. But what is great about this, not only have they covered March's cost of running the 10 accounts, they've also almost recouped Feb 100%. If they continue on this trajectory, they should be in profit by the end of April completely for the 4 months that they've been running this program. And there aren't a lot of programs or opportunities with an investment to make it back fully and go into profit 100% from 5 months. Normally what you see with a substantial investment is that it takes far longer, right? So this specific member has gone in quite hard and deep with the 10 accounts. But I can promise you in the long run, this is going to pay off because they've got so much more leads to work with that they can almost place any offer later on in front of these leads and they'll get a sale almost every day guaranteed. So already $282 in profit, phenomenal for the month. I think this project should go into full profit either end of April or mid-May, I would say. With this program, what we're seeing is more and more people are getting to a point where things are changing drastically. And what you can see here, this is drastic and great results in terms of the way that the dollar value growth is growing month on month, right? It's almost doubling every single month that they are mailing. You can get to the success a lot sooner if you look at your data. So my recommendation for you guys would be, if you're using MileageGen Secret and you're using Clickbank as the offer, you would have to go for the 2 programs that we've been talking about, Write-App Reviews or Social Paid. It doesn't matter, especially in the beginning, which one you use. I would go for it at least for 14 days to 20 days, just straight on offering one product. Get data as a base and then mail a second one, unless you are getting sales, unless you see that your initial order form impression rate to sale is low in terms of this value here, hops per order, or even these hops per order form impressions. This number is important. It's your order form impression versus sale basically. So 26 or 28% is very, very good. Also look at it for a secondary sort of endpoint where you want your initial sales count and your upsell sale count also relatively high. What tends to happen on some of these programs is that you might have a lot of initial sales, but they don't convert to upsells. That then causes you not to have not enough sales, but the dollar value is low. And you might sit with values like this, the $31 or the $150. So even if a program is converting at a lower rate, but almost more sales, initial sales are converting with upsells, I would rather go for that because your dollar value per sale then is higher and you can move into profit a lot quicker. Right, so let me quickly grab the screenshot so I can show you. I don't want to disclose any names. So I'm just quickly going to pause this video. Then I'm going to come back and show you the image of when I intervened and how the sales have looked since then. Okay guys, so this is the screenshot. I hope you can see. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit and make it a little bit clearer for you guys, right? So I got involved around about March the 20th. They wanted to, at this point in time, start moving away from right app reviews. They sent me the data, I had a look, and my suggestion to them was to stick with right app reviews. What happened thereafter was another big sale with an upsell. After that, there was a run of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days of continuous sales, something that hasn't happened to them before. After that was a miss of 1 day, 3 days worth of sale, a miss of 1 day, and then another sale. All right, so we're currently here on Sunday, the 3rd of April. All right, so this day is still running. But what they are seeing now is that although in these periods, these 7 sales here, there was upsells, the last couple of sales was smaller sales, just initial sales without upsells. If that happens and the total amount of sales value is decreasing, you have 2 options, but there's risk in both, right? The risk in staying with this offer and not getting the upsells is, yes, you might have more continuous sales, which is great, but your total value per week, per month might not be where you want it to be, and you won't see the substantial growth that this person has seen the last couple of months, month-on-month growth, right? And I saw this with my own account as well, is when I promote and that product, for whatever reason, that period or so doesn't get upsells, your dollar value is lower. So the risk of staying with this is, yes, I can get continuous sales because the leads are getting used to the offer. They're getting to that buying process a lot quicker and they will buy, but maybe they're not in a place where they can afford the upsells. You can't get to these values of $70 and $60 and $45 and even $35. Okay. Now, if this person switches then over completely to, let's say, social paid, for argument's sake, normally takes a couple of days, and I've seen around 3-4 days for the people then to start kicking in and buying the offer. Remember, this also depends on how far into this program you are, because for me, I believe the leads act differently in the first 6 months and then after 6 months, right? So if you're still in that first 6 months, it might take you 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days for the leads to start warming up to an offer. After more and more months has passed, I think that churn is a lot faster. So you can at any point in time switch offers and start making sales almost immediately. Okay, so what this person has actually decided, because they have 10 accounts, is that they are going to split their offers. They're going to put 5 accounts and keep on sending write-ups, and 5 accounts to actually send to social paid, which isn't a bad decision at the end of the day, because you're getting simultaneous results on both offers. In a 2-week period or so, this person can look at the data for April and then make a decision based off of that, which is good. All right, so overall, a nice sort of solution, because they have so many accounts and they're producing so many hops or clicks to the offers. That just makes it a lot easier. When you're sitting with 1 or 2 accounts, it's going to take you longer to build up the data to actually get to a point where you can make a decision. Okay, that's it for today, guys. If you have found value in what I've taught you, and hopefully I have taught you something in terms of looking at the data, making data-based decisions, please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. I'm starting, or already started, a 30-day challenge where I want to teach people exactly how to use this system from day one. I show you how to upgrade or get your first account, and then how to link it properly. So I've even bought extra accounts to show people the process, how to get into the offers, how to mail out. And throughout this period, I'm going to have very specific trainings for new members. All right, so if you haven't decided to go for this solution in terms of traffic and sending it to offers, then I would urge you to look at my new playlist. All right, I'll also put a link below. And then as a thank you to the member for actually providing their data and also a screenshot that I'm showing you, I've said that I will put their link below this video for a referral as well to Mileage in Secret. So you can click that if you want to sign up for Mileage in Secret. Otherwise, watch out for my new 30-day challenge to see how much we can pull out of the system in April. Thank you for joining me. Have a blessed day. See you on the next one.